is a little stinky in here, though.
All right. Let me know if I'm making too much noise. Day 13. Let's do it. Whoops. $58, pretty solid. Dum, dum, dum. Oh. Come on. All right, getting better, getting better. Oops. Settle down. Hit those. Come on. Not getting worse. Go, 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 go. Settle down now, settle down. That was worse. Disarm. Hit those. Oops. I gotta turn the AC on in here. Just real boosts. Nenza.com. Beneficial idiom 3. Not sure what that is. Not gonna click on it either. No space. Nope, getting worse. What the? Come on then. Come on. Settle down, settle down. Oh my goodness. Wow, that one was really bad. Gotta focus up. What is going on? Cat's yelling. Come on, come on. Focus up. Damn. What's going on? not great. Dun, dun, dun. Damn. Keep grinding. Oh. Come on. Oh, double click there. Gotta be close. Oh, all right, that was pretty solid. Dan? Do I go for 100% after this? Because I already missed it on this one. Come on, hit those. There. What? Damn. Ding. We grind on. Oh, come on. That was such a bad start. Hit a freaking shot. Come on. Didn't mean to hit that one. Alright, that one was pretty easy. One to go, one to go, one to go. Make it count. Hey. Damn, alright. Niet zo goed. Strafe shot? Oh, missed it. Big balls, big balls. Small balls. What? Oh, that was pretty solid. 67% accuracy? Meh. Oh. Slow down. Cat's on the counter. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. Come on, hit those. What? Get back here. There we go. Oh, another small one. Ugh, gross. Just focus up. Big ball. Hey. What the? This guy's evading me. Oh, Apex is ready. What? Hey! Don't do that. Being all sneaky on me. Come on! This guy too. What was this? That was yesterday? Yeah. Beep 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 beep. Come on, come on. Come on then. Come on. Come on. Oh, 83, you're back in the 8s. Looking for 10, looking for hundreds though. On it thou, on it thou. On it 20 thou. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Hey. Quit dodging. What the heck? Oh, we got a ways to go here. Nice and easy. Oh, I missed. Hey. Small balls. Speedy. Speedy small. Squeaky. They're squeaking. Hey! Get back here! Oh man, that was poor. That was poor. Good start, but yeah, not great. Not great. Fell apart in the middle there a little bit. Oh, come on, focus. '83. We're going climbing back up. Climbing back up. Oh, focus. Come on, eye on the prize. '72, not great. Fabio? Oh, he dodged me. Eight. Oh, come on. 91. There we go. That one felt pretty all right. Oh. Hit that. I'm scared of a small ball coming. Small ball! Focus. Big ball. Come on! Ah, oh, come on, that was almost good. 2 to go. $85, all right. I'm quick. Last one, best one. Last one, best one. Oh, big ball. Get there, get there, get there. Oh. Almost. Oh, what's going on? $80. Meh. Okie doke. That's it for aim labs. Let's hit the apex button. BRB. Oops. Chief viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space. Flowery contraceptive JX9V. No thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Oh. Should have used that. Gotta be utilizing these scenes. Team Death? Ash, maybe? Question mark? Oh, yeah, we gotta change up the... Gotta let people know we're playing Apex now. Just need to do it on Twitch and YouTube. No kick. Streaming to 0 viewers. Apex. Apex. You're...
My squad is my family.
Oh, we're missing a teammate.
Something is whispering in your ear, distracting you. Silence it.
It's okay. I can handle it. Look at this, look at this, look at this.
Putting down the fence. The circuit is complete.
Everybody went left, I went right. I'm hanging by my Watson. I feel safe by my Watson. That's one.
Shields are depleted. Recharging.
Oh, it's so low, so low. No. What is he using?
Rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Shields are depleted. Recharging.
Oh, damn it! I don't know what to do, guys. I was getting... Yeah, it was real bad. It was real bad. My kill. My kill.
Recharging my shield.
No! Tracking stinky,
But this
stinky
time
poopy.
it was skill.
Rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated.
I don't know why I start off with that. Oh, come on. Got the assist though. That's not what I want. Oh, what? Okay.
Tearing through reality. Recharge.
Whoa, that guy's dancing. Am I crazy? Of course I am.
With no way out. Shields are depleted. Recharging.
Care package being delivered. Sponsored by Chevrex.
Just a little short in the circuit. I'm ready to fight again.
Come on. Yeah, baby. Oh! Yo, what's up?
Recharging.
We're not alone. Opponent over here.
This is how we do it. No! Almost great run there. Almost.
Rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Phase tear ready.
What? I told you I'd carry you, Watson. Come on. That's a dub though. Lopez 005. GG's. See that? What is that? Control. Don't really feel like playing control. Ranked leagues. Already have that, right? Nope, I don't want that. Bam, 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 bam. Orgasm. One team, one dream. Mine, what? I'm not gold? What the?
Fortunately for you, you are not my target today.
Am I gold?
We'll get along beautifully. Just don't touch my things.
This ring's got a date with me, myself, and I. It's a lucky ring.
This is your champion.
How am I gonna plaque it? Matchmaking was weird.
That is an ideal landing place.
Make it nasty.
Follow me to victory.
Looks like we got a team coming here.
Got my boozers at the ready.
First blood. That was quick.
Send in a decoy.
I remember about that.
Wait, no one. Getting shot at. Using my shield to recharge.
We're already in the next ring. Now,
Firing.
I would like another gun.
Reloading.
Bamboozles for the foozles. Yeah, I said it.
Are there two teams here?
Enemy shield cracked. Tossing thermite. Recharging shield. Running out of shot. Target down.
So good.
Attention. Evo harvesters
Send
are
out another
online.
You got bamboozled.
There is a new kill leader.
Reload. New kill leader. I'm under fire. Enemy shield cracked. Reloading.
Bam to the woozle. Sending out a decoy.
Cut down an enemy. Reloading. Reloading.
repairing the damages.
Took care of that one.
Bam to the. Bam. I'm running out of ideas. Lucky us.
Damn it, I should have took that. Oh, yeah, baby.
Package being delivered.
Check it out. Care package coming in. Got a vault key. Let's party. Got extra supplies here? No need to thank me.
Jump drive activated.
Oh, would you look at that? Loot vault right over there.
Where you guys
And
going?
this guy's got the key.
I now have an enhanced weapon. They won't stand a chance against you, beautiful. A tear to give us an edge. We'll be well positioned here. Never mind.
I'm gonna go hit this vault.
I
hear
love that.
shots,
It's half past.
over in this
Upgrade.
direction.
Bad guys making noise that way. Eavesdropping is a skill, I'll have you know.
One moment. I'm crafting.
Hey, a new upgrade. Spiffy. Oh, wait, is that... Do people say that?
Jump drive in position.
Yeah, a bunch of shots over here.
Bam! Bam. Guess I'm running out of ideas. Open the vault, if anyone wants to come over. Barrel stabilizer here. Level
Just kidding, I
3.
took that.
Got extra supplies here? No need to thank me.
You can go through here, I can hit a scan.
Survey beacon over there. Send in a decoy. Okay, wait, how do I know that I'm not the decoy? This is Dream within a dream.
Check your map.
Three positions marked on your map. Enemy spotted. It looks small.
Let's go over there and edge
Let's
guard him.
head that way.
Heard that. I got your present. The next ring location. Check your map. Bam to the woozle. Sending out a decoy.
They're fighting.
An enhanced weapon. You'll knock them dead.
Enemy spotted. It looks small.
Setting up shop. I
Do you wanna
hope
fight
you
this or
have
no?
expensive taste.
Give him my shield. Bam to the woozle. Sending out a decoy. New decoy escape. You got bamboozled. Gotta patch myself up.
Next ring
Going for
spot.
the spotted one.
Replicator incoming. I'm under fire. I cracked an enemy shield. Recharging shield.
Firing. Reloading. Sending out another me. Damn, he's good looking.
What are we doing here?
Repairing damages.
I think we can push it.
Taking the target down. Unacceptable.
Shots fired, and they're hitting me. Recharging shields.
What the fuck? Bro.
I'm stuck on a snare.
They're shooting at me. Reloading. I looted our teammate's banner. 1 minute and
fresh blood over there.
I'm going there. Yeah. Care package scanned and eliminated.
Today is officially the last day.
Today's officially the last day? I got the bronzes on my team. We're the freaking bronze team. What's the deal, yo?
Just the right buttons, and we'll have ourselves a situation.
You know, this match is gonna be extravagant, that's it. You say me first rodeo, mate.
This is your chance.
Oh boy.
You're gonna see a lot of me.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's get it. One team, one dream. Oh, come on.
Master of the jump, right here. Let's go over there.
You don't even want to be jump master? What's the deal, yo?
Well, ladies and gents, do you guys have a mic?
Curd?
Breaking off. Jeez Louise, there's so many people.
See my broad magnetism.
We're a bit split here.
Send in a decoy.
Fuck!
Oh shit.
Woods, what are you doing?
Okay by yourself. What the hell? I'm coming. How many are there?
3.
Oh my god, okay. Hard way to pull back. Oh my god.
I'm dead. Survived. Woods, you got that ult? Woods, put that ult down, baby. Never mind. I had the caustic low, but I'm sure he's back now.
Oh, let me just grab it back there. Oh shit. Run. No, what are you doing, asshole?
Yeah, this guy's doing something else.
Why would you close the door on me? Get the fuck up out of here.
Listen up, fellas. The ring's moving and we're on the wrong side of it.
There's somebody here.
New kill leader.
Your boy's bailing. He went through the wall. Yeah.
Louise. Just deliver his banner. Don't worry about the fight.
If you die, he can pick up your banner. He probably doesn't know that though. He can
Oh,
get
that's
this.
fire.
Look at the box, Woods. You can pick it up.
Yeah, yeah. Just get the fuck up out of there. Don't stay there, dog. Go around the building, yeah.
Oh, he's dead.
Hold.
What the hell?
Take the jump tower. Take it to Sky Horde or the fucking survey camp. On the map. Or Lava Fisher. Anywhere around those. That was not very far.
Bruh.
Oh no, right in the smoke. Run.
Enemy fire net.
Ah!
Breaking through with the gate.
Ah! Ooh, nice.
I'm healing.
Keep it moving.
Do that door to the right and then go left. Yeah! Oh my god.
They're fighting. You're good. You're good.
I'm healing.
Oh my Jesus.
Oh, you hear him? Yeah. Gotta go.
That shit makes me nervous. Oh, right behind.
Oh, yeah, he's right behind you.
I'm gonna keep going.
Gross. Oops. GG's.
GG's.
Oh, I lost 15 RP points. I don't have 5, Petra. What the helly? Let's find a game, shall we? Oh, they just went past you, dummy. Now they... Yeah, you... Oh boy, could get the res. Oh, wrong guy. He couldn't do it. He said, oh, now he's down. Just like that. He decided to get the res. Oh, this is the booty. Squad? What the helly? What is that? Oh, we got the support squad, baby. Let's go.
I can make you
We're
shine.
never going down. What is this? Huh? Hey.
3 words. Win and win again. Yeah.
Support squad! Support squad!
Introducing your champion.
I honor those who've risen, not those who've fallen.
Make it good. Make it good.
Hey, who we land here?
Oh yeah, we're going hot. Bye bye.
Fine with whatever.
Support squad hot.
This is the best part.
Oh, now my
What the
weapon's
Katy
more
Perry?
Just like me.
Round one. Begin.
Let's move here. Extended heavy mag here. Level 2.
One minute till ring close.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
Someone's got to take out the new kill leader. They're too cocky.
45 seconds
Attention.
until ring close, mga
Evo
kapatid.
harvesters are
Mga kapatid.
online.
Extended sniper mag here. Level 3.
Ring close in 30. Nearly there, though. Salamat po, Yumakawa. Always looking out for others, huh?
Wait.
Ten seconds. The ring's basically knocking on the door. Standard stock here. Level 2.
Ring's moving.
New kill leader appointed.
New kill leader. Wonder what the play was. Sniper stock here. Level 3. It'll take time off your reload.
I'll take that.
Attention. The champion has been eliminated.
There's a new champion. Beats us the last one down on Crown.
Didn't think this thing could get more powerful. It did.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Knockdown shield here. Level 3. Extended heavy mag here. Level 2.
Yeah, I could use that. Does this enhanced weapon make me look scarier? I bet it does.
Cat on my lap. Cat on my lap. Look at me with a cat on my lap. What the helly? What the Katy Perry?
My ultimate's all charged up and ready.
Did anybody get anything good from that?
Voila! Extra supplies right here. Backpack here. Level 2. Laser sight here. Level 2. Target spotted. Cracked. Reloading. Get out there and bamboozle. Bad people noises this way.
Recharging my shields. One sec.
Bamboozles for the foolsels. It works. Bamboozle. Enemy shield cracked. Using the decoy stick. Huge bamboozle.
Recharging my shields. One sec.
And they're hitting me.
Bro, what?
Enemy shield cracked. I got you, brother. I think that was the whole squad. Last guy just kind of, dropped.
Good kill, brother.
RE-45 here.
Recharging my shield. Don't worry about me. Hey, using a Phoenix kit. Sandali.
Optics here. Mid-range. One sec. Healing up.
Poop in here?
Healing up. Give me a sec.
I hear bad guys that way. Could be talking about me. Good things, I hope.
Gotta heal. Taking a knee.
Next ring location on your map.
Enhance this weapon. It's looking bad to the bone.
I can get a scan over here.
Get out there and bamboozle.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
Evil Harvester here.
Next ring isn't close. Check your map.
I hear footsteps.
Enemy positions marked on your map.
Enemy shield cracked. Oh, I'm down, brother.
Broke their shield. Gunnan mo. Enemy landed. Grab that banner. Leave no one behind. Think they can handle my jammers?
Enemy down. Reloading.
Taking shots here.
Fuck.
Recharging my shield. One sec.
There's one right here.
Run up the hill. You can get the res first. Oh, they're rezzing. They're rezzing. They're rezzing. Huge. Huge.
That's it, ain't
Love you.
You've got people depending on you.
Hey, max level. That's my nickname in college.
Recharging my shield. One sec.
Rings far and closing in 45. Probably gonna have to run.
I grabbed our teammate's banner. We'll see them soon. I think we should go here.
Oh, wait.
Spawn beacon deployed.
Forgot I had one too.
We'll be toasted by the ring if we don't move.
Recharging shields. Bam! There goes a boozle, or something like that. There's a jump tower over there.
Delivering care package.
Care package
scan
coming
quick.
down. Helpful if you need gear or a top up.
Climb that. Yeah, baby.
Enemy positions marked on your map. Heads up, got one
I think we just get in. Somebody to our left coming behind us.
Evil Harvester here.
Snag it.
Bam to the bam. I'm running out of ideas. New kill leader, soon to be me. Survey beacon over there.
I think I just heard somebody's footsteps. Hold this bridge.
Shotgun bolt here. Level 3. It'll increase fire rate for shotguns.
Bam goes the boozle.
Loot bin restocking complete. Attention. Delivering replicator.
Brothers, replicator incoming.
Hey, found some extra supplies.
Extra supplies right here.
Extended heavy mag.
Extended light mag here.
Here.
Backpack here. Level 3.
Dropship is here. One more enemy on the field.
We should, yeah, let's go that.
Spotted an enemy. There.
Okay, time for us to do some. I got one here.
The kill leader has been eliminated.
Pigs if you can.
Sending out another me. Damn, he's good looking.
Reloading.
You got bamboozled.
Warning. Ring closing.
We can just hold the edge here, they gotta come in.
Care package on its way.
Target spotted.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Enemy shield broken. Taking shots here. Reloading. Reloading.
Throwing thermite grenade. Throwing thermite grenade. Rockstar out.
Reloading.
Enemy's down.
Real. Killed an enemy.
4. Beginning ring countdown.
I'll get you intel.
Got an extended energy mag here. Level 3.
Thank you, thank you. Enemy there.
Third.
Check out that replicator coming in.
They're getting the res off. Wanna push it?
Yeah, I think this place needs a little more.
Ring close and loading.
Broken enemy shield. Reloading. 'Downed an enemy.
5 seconds until ring close, Manu Kapatid.
Taking fire, brothers. Broken enemy shield. One down. Reloading. Killed an enemy.
Firing. Reloading.
Not far from the ring.
Enemy. Good. There.
We're split. Let's get to ring.
My ultimate's ready to rock. Tick tock, 10 seconds. Care package over there. Go out and bamboozle him.
Taking shots here.
Care package over there.
Recharging my shield. Don't worry about me.
Better get high ground up here.
Bamboozled.
Opponent is close. Reloading.
Ring's moving.
We're not in here.
Enemy hostile over there.
Taking shots here.
You're by yourself over there.
Reloading.
Send in a decoy. Wait, how do I know I'm not the decoy?
Firing. Get another squad. Shield up.
Killed it.
Bring it down.
Ult maybe, Giddy? If you can.
Enemy shield cracked. It's too zone clock.
Enemy shield cracked.
Charging shields.
One down.
He's white, he's white. I'm getting high ground up here.
And there goes a boozle. Or something like that. I didn't know that.
Deploy the EQ.
Give me my shield to recharge.
Recharging my shield. Don't worry about me.
One sec. Healing up.
Two squads, two squads.
Only 2 bad guy squads left.
Reinforces in a minute.
Recharging shield. Don't worry about me.
Any heavy ammo?
We're last of 2 squads.
We should push
Rings
this.
close. 45 seconds. Bam to the woozle. Yeah, sending out a decoy.
Victor, rival here. Forget that.
They have height?
Damn, getting shot. Ah, show him some cover for my brother.
One down, one down.
Contact here.
Reloading.
Hostile right here, right in front of me. Got a bad guy.
Recharging shield. Don't worry about me.
Ring closing.
Gibby, you might be able to get the res.
Heads up.
Gib, get the res, Gib, get the res. Yes.
Enemy's got your back.
I'm opening a Phoenix kit.
Give me my shield to recharge. I need to move. Check in here. Cracked. Enemy down. Dudes to the rescue.
Let's go!
You are the Apex champions.
I might be at an hour. Almost time to switch. Oh, we can't switch. Playing again. Rip it again. Skoden. It's a pretty cool skin.
Hold on to me, Calder. This won't take a second.
Dictator.
Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I'm afraid. I'm really afraid. I'm just kidding, nothing scares me.
Introducing your champion.
Boo, I just won. It should be me. Make it good.
Take care when you approach me.
Joe Master here. Good thing my buddies and I aren't afraid of heights.
Bring in the
Might be a good
noise.
place to land, but what do I know? Follow the leader.
Lucky for you, I've got some extra supplies here.
Does this enhanced weapon make me look scarier? I bet it does.
First blood. I must be in a rascal.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Backpack, here. Level 2. Looky here, lads. We're
Yeah, I
inside
could use
the
that.
ring.
We can push the hot drop after this.
Bad guy over there.
We should scout that area.
Shotgun bolt here. Level 3.
Attention. Evo harvesters are online.
I think we should move that way.
Let's do it, do it.
And bam goes the boozle. Ha! It's looting time. Gotta be bad guys making noises here. These aren't real, right? Tell me they're not. Shot at! Broken. Target. Look this way.
I'm kidding.
Bam! To the... Bam! I'm running out of ideas. You got bamboozled. Fire. Reloading. Another squad coming in. Give him my shield to recharge.
Target scan the track.
Shoot the clock.
Attention.
You got bamboozled. Bam goes the boozle.
I'm coming.
One sec, healing up.
Broke that enemy shield. Reload.
Roger to save the day.
They're shooting at me. Ah, screw, calm down.
Shot fired and they're hitting me.
I'm recharging my shields.
Reloading. Patch myself up.
Check it out, I'm scanning for enemies. They're shooting at me.
Get out there and bamboozle.
Guarda, enemy track.
Bamboozle. Getting shot at.
Cover me.
Recharging shields.
Come for the res.
I'm down. Nobody look. Look at an enemy.
Just relax. I got everything under control. Recharging shields.
Choosing me shield.
One sec, healing up.
You don't have to go to my back. You don't have to go to my back.
I'm gonna craft it. I can honestly res you right here too.
Crafting, hang on.
Is somebody
Got the banner. Time to get a beacon. So clock. Start beacon deployed for send in a decoy. Wait, how do I know I'm not the decoy? We should move that way.
Are we back?
Send in a decoy. How do I know I'm not the decoy?
Serving him a knuckle sandwich. Serving him a knuckle sandwich.
Bam, there goes a boozle. Or something like that. I didn't, okay.
Bullseye. Enemy hit. Motherload dropping. Hold on to your hat.
We pushing this or what?
Stand back. Knuckle cluster's firing.
Hawkstar out. Hawkstar out.
Sending a tracker. Un momento, per favore. Bullseye. Enemy tracked. Fighting. I need a frag grenade.
Got one here. Shots fired and they're hitting me.
Tracker dart. Out.
I've got no shields.
Serving him a knuckle sandwich.
Spotting shooter from people here.
Here comes. Shooting at me.
You got bamboozled.
Recharging me shield.
Bamboozled for the foozles. It worked, it rhymes. I need shields.
Dropping in.
Getting shot at.
I've got no shields. I kind of have to run here.
Case deployed.
Tracker out. I'm scared. Bullseye. Enemy
I'll get the res.
Sending out my decoy.
Different team attacking us right now.
I'm down.
You
Fuck.
got bamboozled. Alright, just relax. I got
I
everything
might
under
run through the
control.
storm the other way. Just get out of here.
Arrows here.
Track it out and scanning for enemies. That enemy's been tracked.
Just get out of here. If you can. GG's.
Did you see how great I was? I did all kinds of really...
Okay, game dev time. Switch it up on y'all. Game dev. Where is the game dev? No category called. Wait, oh, it's game development. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. That's why. What the helly? What the Katy Perry? Okay, so we're gonna need to rebuild this right out the jump. What's up?
Can I grab my sweatshirt?
Yeah. Am I annoying?
Nope. I'm just gonna close this door now.
Okay. Build it, build it, build it, build it. Let's look at the storage. How much storage do we have? 30 gigabytes. Oh, oh. What the helly? What the Katy Perry?
So we started using quite a few. The people of LNG were wiped out. It happened in the course of one night. That's food and record chased it.
Open JDK platform. Why do you need to use this? Publisher Eclipse. Fine. Why is it opening this Java? Why is grabber.cpp not found in? It's right there. Okay, should we live code it? Ooh. Oh. Why isn't that? I don't understand it. It needs to link, like it's not saved in here for some reason, but it is. Live code. Oh, there we go. There we go. Grabber. There it is. Go, 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 go. Successfully linked. Live coding successful. So if we look at this, this is still. And what if we build this now? Control Shift B. Cryptrator development build, please. Succeeded. Love that for me. Oh, because Grabber isn't on here. Blueprint compiler. Okay. 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 Excuse me. What the fluff? Where's my Udemy course? There we go. What the helly? What the Katy Perry? Blueprint callable. Alright, why isn't this working? It's not showing up in my learning, which is weird. Find component class and null pointer. Yes, it would be great to maybe this is a Firefox. Let's go to Edge. Udemy. Bad gateway. Is it my interwebs? No, interwebs are working. Still not showing up in my learning. What's the dealio? Find component by class. We got come on, why isn't this working? Call me up if you's a gangster. Okay, so it's not working. Incognito. How do I go to incognito? Where should it be? Oh, this is still Firefox? Am I gonna need to log in? CPU's running at 40%. That's fine. Spotify, we can close you out. Firefox is taking a lot. Edge, please. Bad gateway. All right, it looks like Udemy is down.
So guys, for the first step, once you're in your web browser, you want to click on the three dots on the top right, and then click on settings. And then you want to click on privacy and security, and then you want to click on delete browsing data. Now these steps are going to be different depending on your web browser, but they'll still be pretty similar. And now you want to click on basic, and you want to make sure that cookies and other site data
That was 6 days ago. Oh no, this is live. Yeah, Udemy's down right now. All right, we can go input action mapping. Let's do this one instead. This is by Druid Mechanics, uploaded 2 years ago. But
hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about Unreal Engine's Enhanced Input System. Now, I have the Enhanced Input documentation up, and we're going to be discussing how to take a project and convert it to use Enhanced Input. Now, before we start doing that, I'd like to read through the documentation which explains the Enhanced Input System and discuss what everything means here so that we're sure that we understand what it is we're doing as we start using this new system for handling inputs. And we'll compare it to the old system and get a bit of understanding about how the new system is improved and has more capabilities. So as we're reading through the documentation, I'd like to take a look at a Unreal Engine 5.1 third-person template project. Now, this very much behaves the same way as a third-person template project in an earlier Unreal Engine 5 version. We have the same behaviors, but this project is using the new Enhanced Input System. If you create a new third-person template project, it'll be set up to use Enhanced Input by default. Now, you don't have to create a third-person template project to follow along as we're reading the documentation. If you're short on disk space, you can just watch, but if you have the space, you might as well go ahead and create a third-person template project just so we can open the assets and see what we're talking about. And of course, if you'd like to do that, all you need to do is open your Epic Games launcher and launch Unreal Engine 5.1 or whichever version that.
Call me up if you's a gangster. How did we do this last time? Ugh. Collisions, yeah. That's what I want. Okay, if I go to this, can I just open this in? open it. So raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways. Oops. Open the material editor. Two-sided. What is two-sided? Ah. Yes, we're back in.
Hello and welcome. In this lecture, we're going to be adding a new component to our BP player, the physics handle, and we're going to be learning how we can get a pointer to it in our grabber component. We're also going to look at how we can protect ourselves from accidentally crashing the engine. Let's dive in and see how. Now, in order to grab hold of an object, we need to interact with the physics system, and there is actually a component that we can use called the physics handle, which allows us to grab physical objects and tell them where we want to be in the world, but do it in such a way that it acknowledges physical constraints, so it doesn't pass through walls, and it kind of looks like the object is on a spring rather than rigidly following a specific point that we tell it to go to. So we're going to use this physics handle component. We're going to go and add it to our player BP along with the grabber. So let's go to the add button under the components pane and look for physics handle and add it in. And you can see that it's an actor component, not a scene component, because it goes down in the lower section. So it doesn't actually have a physical transform of its own. What we do with the physics handle is we tell it the object to grab, and then we tell it where we want it to put the object that we've grabbed. If you go over to the documentation, you can see this in the functions that are available. If you scroll down to the functions section, you can see that there is a release component and a grab component at location function. There's also a set target location and rotation. This is where it wants to try and put the object, but obviously it will respect any physical constraints in doing so, and it will do it in a smooth way as if it were on a spring. Now, we're not going to use these functions just yet, but we do need to find a way of getting hold of this component in our grabber component. So how do we do that? Well, let's go over to our grabber CPP and have a look in begin play and try and get hold of it. Now, there's a function on any actor which allows us to find a component by its type. But what is the type of the physics handle? Well, it is a U physics handle component. Now, to get hold of this type, we need to use an include, and you can see the include in the documentation is physics engine / physics handle component. So let's copy that, go over to our grabber CPP, and add it in under our draw debug. Helpers. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a get owner to get hold of our owning actor pointer, then do an arrow and call find component by class. Now, this function is a special kind of function called a template function in C++, and this means that you can pass it some parameters that actually get evaluated when you compile. And the way you do this is using angle brackets like this. So you use an angle bracket after the function, and you give it the type that you want it to find, which in our case is the U physics handle component, like so. And then you close the angle brackets. But because it's a function, you do need to call it using regular parentheses as well. So then you put the second set of parentheses after this. So you can see that these compile time arguments are passed in using the angle brackets, and then the runtime ones are passed in using the parentheses. Now, like a regular function, this will have a return value. And in this case, the return value is going to be whatever type we've passed in here, but as a pointer. So we can take a U physics handle component pointer and create a variable for that, which we're going to call the physics handle, and set it equal to this get owner find component by class. Now let's remember a semicolon at the end of this line, and that is everything required in order for us to get hold of another component on our same actor. Now remember that I told you that pointers can be dangerous because sometimes they can be null, and that can lead to a crash. So imagine we'd forgotten to put a physics handle component on our actor, or we've put a grabber on a new actor and we haven't hooked it up with a physics handle component yet. If this is the case, then the physics handle pointer is going to be a null pointer. And if we try to use the arrow operator or dereferencing operator on that pointer, it will crash our engine. And it can be sometimes really hard to see what that crash looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually...
Johnny boy, I'm doing I'm just following a lecture right now. This is Crypt Raider. Sorry,
cause this crash just to show you, and you might be able to recognize it if it happens to you in the future. I'm going to reassign our physics handle pointer equal to the null pointer special keyword. It's all null PTR. That's how you spell null pointer in C++. Then you put a semicolon at the end. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do physics handle arrow get name like so. And if we go ahead and compile using live coding, and when that's finished compiling, we're going to go ahead and make sure first of all that we save anything that we've got here going on.
Control S. Go back to live compile. Why am I using it? Like, what is the Java that's getting used? Wait, that's output. Johnny boy. Yeah, baby. We're linked.
In our BP player, because I'm about to crash the engine, and if I go ahead and hit play, this is the result that we get.
Come on, you just maybe do that for a freaking null pointer exception? Great.
A crash reporter. And you may be tempted to think when you see this that something's gone wrong with Unreal, but it's actually your code that's at fault here. You can see that in this crash report, the first line says that the issue is coming from ugrabber : begin play. And it's actually giving us the line number as well, which is line 28. So you can see that at this point on line 28, when we dereferenced that pointer in order to call a function on it, we actually committed a grave error in not checking first whether that pointer was null. So that's what we need to do. And we do that with an if statement. We basically say if physics handle is not equal to null pointer, then we can go ahead and call stuff on that physics handle. So we can put the physics handle get name inside of this if statement, and that protects us because that code, that dereferencing code, won't be executed in the case where we have a null pointer. So I'm going to go ahead and remove line 27 now, where we are setting it to a null pointer, and I'm going to challenge you to print the component name for yourself.
Okay, so yes, open this. I'm gonna be pissed if I have to go reload everything. Great. Great. Why isn't grabber? Bro, don't crash my shit on purpose next time. Here we go. Success. Add my boy grabber in there. We'll click this in. Delete this. This is grab. And this is release. Control S. And then we're going to go down here. Alive, come buy alive gold.
So only print if we have the actual component. Basically, we don't have a null pointer. And use an else to warn if we didn't manage to get hold of that component. And try removing the component to check. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, welcome back.
Ooh.
So we're going to create a new ulog message here. And we're going to say got physics handle $%s. And we've got this physics handle name, which I'm just going to cut and paste as the second argument, or the fourth argument into the ulog. And I'm going to put a star because it is a string. Now let's add an else statement under our if statement. And in here, we're going to put another ulog, which is going to be, this time instead of a display, we're going to put a warning type message. So it's going to come up in yellow. And we're going to say, no physics handle found exclamation point. Now I haven't got the editor open, so I'm going to do a Control-Shift-B to build within Visual Studio Code, close down the terminal when it's successful, and relaunch from the U project. Once that's launched, let's go ahead and hit play, open up the output log, and we should see the log message got physics handle, which the name is, funnily enough, physics handle.
Why?
Now, what if we were to go over to our BP player and actually delete that physics handle, and go ahead and play now. Have a look at our output log, and there you go. We've got a yellow warning that no physics handle was found. So let's stop play. Let's go ahead and add the physics handle back because we are going to want it, and we'll save the player BP. Great stuff. So we've figured out how we can get hold of other components from within a component, and we've learned how to deal with null pointers and why we need to be careful. I'll see you in the next lecture.
I'll see you in the next lecture.
Hello and welcome. In this lecture, we're going to be learning to draw debug spheres in our scene so that we can visualize different F-vector locations in space. Let's dive in and see how this works. So very soon, we're going to want to call our grab component at location with a rotation. For this, we're going to need to know a couple of things. Which component we're trying to grab, the location, the rotation, in this case, the bone name we can happily ignore, but we do need to know these other things. So when it comes to the rotation, this is pretty straightforward because we can just take the rotation of our component. When it comes to the component, that's also quite straightforward. All we have to do is take the component we collide with when we're doing our sphere trace. Now, the location, on the other hand, is a little bit more tricky because we don't just want to take the location of the actual component, because I might be looking at it here, I might be expecting to grab it by its head, but if you see, the root of this object is actually down near the base. So it can lead to results that are a bit strange. I grab it up near the top, near the wings, and it will then move the gargoyle up and float too high. So it doesn't feel right if you do it that way. I've tried, and it's just a bit odd. So what we're going to do is we want to find where we hit this gargoyle when we do our sphere trace. If we go over to our grabber CPP, there's actually a couple of options in our hit result for getting some vectors of location. So if you do hit result dot and then hit a control space, you can see a bunch of different things in here. You can see that one of them is the component that we've hit. We will be using that later on. There is an impact point. That could potentially be the interesting one. There's also a location. So to figure out whether it's the impact point or the location that I want, ideally, we'd have some way to visualize this in the world, visualize the point that we are trying to see. And fortunately, there is. In the same include file that we found our drawing a debug line, there is a draw debug sphere function as well. And it has a lot of the same parameters. You need the world as the first parameter, the center of the sphere, the radius is a float, the number of segments that the sphere should have. So we'll see what this means when we actually draw it. Then there's a color, and then whether it should persist in the scene and for how long, etc. So let's have a go at drawing this sphere. And initially, I'm just going to use it to draw a sphere at the endpoint of our sweep. So we're going to call draw debug sphere. We don't have to include anything new because we've already got draw debug line in here. Get world's going to be the first argument. Then the center of this sphere, which is going to be the end vector. The radius, I'm going to give it 10 centimeters radius. I'm going to give it 10 segments as well. And then I'm going to have an F color. This time, let's give it something different. F color colon colon, maybe a blue sphere this time. Persistent lines, I do want this to be true because we call grab once, not every tick. So I'm going to set this to true. Then the lifetime, I'm going to set the sphere to last for 5 seconds. And then the rest is less important. I'm going to put a semicolon at the end of the line and recompile. If we go ahead and hit play after it's finished compiling, and we'll move back a little bit from the gargoyle. And I'm going to left click, and you can see the sphere appearing 4 meters in front of where I'm looking. Now, I thought it would persist for 5 seconds, but actually what I need to put in here is not that persist is true, because that basically ignores the lifetime entirely and just keeps them around forever. So if we put in false and then the time of 5 seconds, so I just made a mistake there, which is easy to do and easy to misinterpret documentation, and then we go ahead and hit play in our game, and if we create one of those spheres, after 5 seconds, it disappears again, so it won't be cluttering our world for too long. So let's challenge you to figure out which location we need from our hit result. Draw a debug sphere for each of them, the hit result.location and the hit result.impact point, and use different F colors to display it and make it clear which one is which. And what's the difference? Which one do we think we might need? Pause the video and have a go. Okay, welcome back. Let's go back into the code and go down into our if statement where we've got a hit marked out. So we will have some sort of hit result. And just before we get hold of the actor, what I'm going to do is draw debug sphere using get world. And the first location we're going to draw is the hit result.location. Going to go for 10 radius, 10 segments, F color, colon colon, green this time, and persistent lines is going to be false, and the lifetime, let's make it 5 seconds. And then let's copy this line because we want almost exactly the same thing, except we want to change out hit result.location for hit result.impact point. And the color, maybe we'll switch that out to be red so that we know the difference between the two, green and red. Let's compile and head over into the editor. Let's hit play. And you see that when I don't actually hit anything, I just get this blue sphere. And if I go up to the gargoyle, look at the gargoyle and try and hit it, okay, we've got two very different points.
Whoa, what? Oh no, I'm stuck. F8, can I control Q? Okay, that was weird. Success. Balls. All right, that works.
Here, the green one is quite far away from the gargoyle, the red one is much closer. So what's going on here? Well, if we look at the hit result documentation and come down and have a look at what location is meant to be, you can see a discussion here that location in world space where the moving shape would end up against the impacted object if there is a hit. And if I eject and pause for a second to see what these points actually look like, you can see that green one does indeed match that description. We have a 1 meter radius sphere that we are projecting or sweeping towards this gargoyle, and it would hit the gargoyle as soon as it gets to this green point here, because that's about a meter radius around it. Whereas the impact point tells us where that sphere hits the gargoyle. Now that is much more likely to be where we want to grab it, because it's actually on the gargoyle. If I grabbed it over here, the gargoyle would rotate and spin around some point randomly in midair and not look like we're grabbing it at all. Whereas around this red point, it looks like I've just grabbed it by the wingtip, and that would look natural. Great stuff. So in this lecture, we have learned a little bit more about what's available from a hit result, and we've learned how to draw some more debug objects in our scene. I'll see you in the next lecture. Hello and welcome. In this lecture, we're going to be setting up our grabber so that we can actually get hold of our gargoyle statue and take it around with us in front of us. Let's dive in and see how we do this. So it's time for us to start calling this grab component at location with rotation. Now, as I said before, there's actually two parts to this. We need to grab the component, and then later we need to set its target location and rotation as well so that it moves around. So first things first, in our grab function, we're going to need to get hold of a pointer to our physics handle. So I'm going to copy the line from begin play, and I'm going to go over into the grabber. I'm going to put it in here, and to protect ourselves from this being null, well, what should happen? Well, actually, there's nothing that we want to do if we don't have a physics handle. We can't grab anything. So we could put the whole body of this grab function into an if statement, but that can look a little bit messy. So what we can do instead is what's known as an early return. Essentially, we just say if the physics handle equals null pointer. You have to put a double equal sign here, otherwise it's an assignment. Then we can go down to do some braces, and we can just put a return in here. So what this is going to do is, if we've got a null pointer for the physics handle, it returns straight away and doesn't execute the rest of the function, thus making it safe in the rest of the function to use the physics handle as we wish. So we're going to do that. We're going to go down into where we have a hit. I think we don't need these log messages anymore, so I'm going to remove the else statement. I'm going to remove basically everything from the body of the if statement, and we're going to use our grabber. So we're going to do the physics handle arrow grab component at location with rotation. Then we have to provide it with a component we're trying to grab. If you have a look, the thing that it's expecting is a uPrimitive component. Let's see if we've got anything of the sort in our hit result. I'm just going to pop over to the documentation page for it and look for uPrimitive component, and you can see that get component would return the uPrimitive component that was hit. Perfect, that's just what we need. So we're going to look for the hit result dot get component, and that's going to give us what we want for the first argument. Now, next is an F name for a bone. Now, we don't actually want to grab anything by a particular bone. This would be the case if we had a skeletal mesh, but we don't. We have a static mesh. So we just use name underscore none. And generally speaking, with F names, where it's talking about bones, this comes up quite a lot. If you don't want to put anything in, you use name underscore none. Now we need the location that we're going to grab it at, and we've already said that we've looked into this. It's the hit result dot impact point. And then the rotation, well, the current rotation of that component will do, or the current rotation of the actor, whichever you prefer. So the hit result get component, we're going to grab that, hit result dot get component dot arrow, because it's a pointer, get component rotation, like so. Now we can put the closing parenthesis on a separate line, and I'll put semicolon there to finish off the statement, and that should be effective at grabbing our components. Now the next part of the puzzle is in tick
Shibloinks.
Grabbing our components. Now, the next part of the puzzle is in tick component, where we want to, again, use the physics handle. So I'm going to copy the code for now, knowing that copying code to 3 places is a bit too many, and we might want to think about pulling it out into a function so that we reuse that. But in tick component, we're going to use the physics handle. We're going to early return if we can't get hold of a physics handle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try and set that target location. So we're going to do physics handle arrow set target location and rotation. And let's have a little bit of a think about this. What kind of target location might we be interested in setting? Well, essentially, it's going to be the same as we did with the endpoint. We're going to take our current location, then move it outwards in the forward direction by a certain distance. Now, this will be configurable. You could use the max grab distance, but I find that in practice that feels too far away. So if we go to our grabber.h, we're going to create a new U property called edit anywhere, and it's going to be a float called the hold distance. And I'm going to set this to 200, so it's going to be much closer to the player. Now, if we go into the grabber CPP, we can go into our tick function, try and create this target location. So it's going to be an F vector called target location. We're going to set that equal to the get component location plus the get forward vector multiplied by the hold distance. So then we can use that as
I think I'd call this grab distance, not hold distance. Physics handle, so target location.
the target location. That's going to be our first argument. And then we need the target rotation. Well, for that, I'm just going to use the rotation of the current component so that as we look around, we're going to rotate the object with our view. So we can just do the get component rotation to get the rotation of the current grabber scene component. Now let's put a semicolon on the end of that line and recompile.
Live code it. Yeah. And it goes a little
And see how this works. Now, after we've compiled successfully, let's select the gargoyle and just make sure that we change its mobility from static to movable. Because we do need it to be able to move in response to physics. And let's make sure that it's simulating physics. Let's go to the physics category and check the simulate physics button. Let's hit play and try. try and pick it up. So nothing's happening at the moment, but it does seem to be stuck inside the floor. So that's not ideal. Let's try and lift it up a little bit so that it's not stuck inside the floor. Let it drop onto the floor like that. And now try and pick it up. It does seem to have got stuck inside the floor again, so let's just try a second time. Okay, so it's a little bit unreliable, and sometimes if you catch it straight away, it picks up the gargoyle just fine, and you can pick it up like that. I'm noticing the rotation isn't correct, and this is because I've used the wrong thing in the grabbing the physics component. I got the rotation of the gargoyle, and now we're trying to keep that rotation. What I actually needed to use was the rotation that we're using in tick, the rotation of the grabber. So let's go ahead and change that and recompile, and we'll just hit play again and try and grab it.
Access none, trying to read real property grabber. Execute. Okay, I don't know what that means.
Rotation that we're using in tick, the rotation of the grabber. Thing in the grabbing the physics component. I got the rotation of the gargoyle, and now we're trying to keep that rotation. What I actually needed to use was the rotation that we're using in tick. The rotation of the grabber. So let's go ahead and change that and recompile, and we'll just hit play again and try and grab it. There you go. This time I grabbed it and I got the correct rotation, the exact rotation that it had. And you can see that it does look like it's being grabbed on a spring. If I try and push it through a wall, it tries not to go through the wall as much as it can. It does eventually pop through the wall. But it is trying to observe physics as I move it around. So let's challenge you now to pull out a new function called getPhysicsHandle. It's going to be private. It should return a uPhysicsHandle component, and it should remove this duplicated code of needing to get the owner and find a component by class. You can also make it potentially const, see if you can, and make it log if we don't have a PhysicsHandle component, give a warning log so that it shows up and we know that we've done something wrong. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, welcome back. First of all, we go to the header file, where we're going to put this in the private.
Is that live compile? It's going. All right.
Section, but underneath the U properties, I'm going to have it return a U physics handle component and put an asterisk here. Now, because we are using this type here in the header, we need to actually take our include and cut it out of the grabber, so the include regarding the physics handle. We need to put it in the grabber.h.
Grabber.h.
H, where we're going to put it above the generated.h. That's the last thing always in our header files. And why do we not need to have it in the CPP as well? Out of, we need an asterisk here. Now, because we are using this type here in the header, we need to actually take our include and cut it out of the grabber, so the include regarding the physics handle. We need to put it in the grabber.h, where we're going to put it above the generated.h. That's the last thing always in our header files. And why do we not need to have it in the CPP as well? Well, because we're including grabber.h, so anything that we put in grabber.h will automatically be in the CPP. So we can put that include in there. Now we can go down to where we're defining this function and call it the get physics handle, pair of parentheses like that. And I think this should be const. It shouldn't change anything in our grabber to call this function. Just go over to the CPP and go to the bottom where I'm going to paste in definition. I'm going to stick a u grabber : at the front, and then I'm removing the semicolon, adding a pair of braces. And what we want to do is take where we've got this get owner line, and we're just going to cut that out and replace it with get physics handle, like so. And then in the get physics handle, we can simply return the get owner, find component by class, etc. And now we can replace this also, where we're doing it in tick component, we're getting hold of the physics handle. Let's replace that little bit of code with get physics handle. Now, it's such a small piece of code, it's almost not worth it, but it's definitely worth it for the practice at this point, and for the fact that we might add some log messages. Now, in begin play, we don't actually need to get the physics to handle at all, so I'm just going to remove that code there. But what I am going to do is I'm going to add a log message. So we're going to create a variable to store our result here, because if we return and then try to print a log message, that's not going to work. So we're going to have a uphysics handle component called result. That's what we're going to return out of here. And we'll say if the result is equal to null pointer, well, then we need to ulog with a warning, or in fact an error really, and we're going to say grabber requires a uphysics handle component. And then after the if statement, so this will happen whether or not it is null, we're going to return the result. So let's go ahead and compile that and check it all works. Seems to have succeeded, and I can see it must be working.
I beg your pardon.
Alright, did this fix anything? No. Just Google this. Can I copy and paste this actually?
Working because when I left click in the scene, I'm getting the blue or debug orbs being drawn, and they wouldn't be drawn if we weren't getting hold of that physics handle component. Great stuff. So in this lecture, we've been able to...
Okay, clearly there's something wrong with my code. I probably just need to rebuild this. TBH. Let's just do that real quick. Succeeded. Now let's open her up quite quickly. Blah, 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 blah. So annoying. did it. Time to Minecraft. Time to craft some mines. Oh, no, 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 no. Save. Save. Minecraft. Hey, yo. Oh, let's change it on stream. Let's change it on the stream. All right. Ouch. We were building. Let's just sleep this out, y'all. What the helly? What the Katy Perry? Damn it, what the duty? Bruh. Hey, yo. Need more cowbell. That's garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Oh. But the Katy Perry. Sugar. All right, I can use the shears. you. Whatever. I don't freaking. Do I want? No, I think I want green on the ground. I gotta make some fences first, right? So maybe dark oak fences would be cool. Dance. No, we want fence. Those. We got a bunch of theirs. We can for sure do that. Where's all my dark oak? This is spruce. This is in there. Alright, fine. Wait a tick. How did that happen? I don't even know how that works. the Halle Berry? With the Katy Perry? Burp. Okay. That looks gross. Plankertons. What is that? What do I keep doing? Keon Ellis, hi, aggressively average. I'm a graphic designer who works with streamers. I can create clean custom logo for you just $10. I'd love to show you the samples of stream. Probably not, but appreciate you reaching out. Does this look better? I think it does. Gonna need to do it up there too. Hey. Yeah, I'm heading out soon. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can be a little late. It's fine. Trying to kick me out? Nice. All right.